Hello, welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I am going to be showing you how to make a crystal grid, and I'll also explain why you would want to do such a thing, as well as I'm going to commit myself to, after I create this crystal grid with you here today, I'm going to commit myself to giving it Reiki for 30 days. And then I can report back with any results that I have after this experiment goes on. So, before I begin, I want to explain what a crystal grid is. So I'm going to read from the Glossary of Energy Muse. This book is full of everyday rituals to tune in to the real you. It's a really great book. If you have crystals and you just don't really know how to use them, this would be a good place to start because it really helps if you actually want to be active with your crystals. In the glossary of the book, it says that a crystal grid is a powerful tool for manifesting goals, desires, and intentions that unites the energies of crystals, a sacred geometric pattern, and your intention. The combination of these three things helps to manifest results much faster. So this is not the only place that I've heard that as well. So in many different texts, especially ancient texts, or books that talk about that, they always point out that if you do rituals or mantras, it actually helps to increase the power of what you want to manifest. So therefore, it helps you to create things faster. So if you have goals that you want to fulfill, maybe a crystal grid would be a good place to begin or to help you stay on track in your journey. All right, so here's what we're going to start with to make this crystal grid. Okay, so your crystal grid is personal to you and your own intentions. So anyway, what I have here is just an example of what I want to put in my crystal grid, but you can have a completely different looking crystal grid than what I end up with. That's just a side note here. So what I'm using is an assortment of crystals from my own collection, and I'm going to be using the Empress card. This is from the Shadowscapes deck, and I'm using a crystal grid cloth. This is a sacred geometry crystal grid cloth, and it was purchased through energymuse.com. Now, if you do not have this and you do not want to purchase a crystal grid cloth, you can do this and it could be just as powerful if you do it on any sacred geometry that you print off, maybe even from the internet or something like that. As long as you have the design to just kind of create your crystal grid from, it's going to work for you. So anyway, this is what I will be using for the crystal grid that I create with you today. Okay, so once you have all of the tools available for you, I would suggest to sit down and set an intention into the tools that you're going to use. So for instance, these crystals that I've chosen for my crystal grid, I'm going to go through, or I already have actually, gone through and assigned intentions to each and every crystal that I will be putting in my crystal grid. And once I have assigned intention for each one, I wrote it down. So that way I can refer back to my list of crystals and what they mean to me as time goes on, especially for me with going 30 days, having mine up for 30 days and giving it Reiki as the special attention. So once you've set your intention on the tools that you're using to create this crystal grid, you're good to go. You'll also, if you're going to be using crystals in this grid, you will definitely want to use sage or Palo Santo or a similar product to cleanse those crystals before you place them on your crystal grid so that they have clear intentions of what you want assigned to them. And just remove any negative or unwanted energies from any previous hands it might have passed through, just to be safe. All right, so I have already set my intentions. I've got my tools ready. Now we're going to create the crystal grid. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to create my crystal grid with all of the tools that I have already set my intentions on. Now, the reason that we would do this again is because that your intention to manifest or to create and bring into being some kind of goal that you have can be increased by doing a ritual of some kind, as long as that ritual is, it's basically got to focus, like razor focus your intention and what you want to create. So another purpose for the crystal grid would be to remind you of your intentions on a daily basis. So if you place it somewhere where you are able to see it all the time, walk by it, or just see it at some point during your day, each day, then that's also good for strengthening your intention. Let me just set this up here. Okay, so I'm going to start with the card here, my Empress card, because I do have a goal that I want to create. I want to manifest and get the harvest in a creation. And then I had chosen this lapis lazuli pyramid shaped stone to kind of enhance and bring my creations to a single point, making them more powerful. And I'm not going to go over every single crystal and the intention that I set in them, because it is a private situation made for me. So I also have my Lemurian crystal points that I have both giving me energy as I Reiki, because this point is going to be facing me as I sit and Reiki my crystal grid. And then this one is going to be bringing energy from the outside in to the grid. Next, I'm going to place these 7 chakras. Each have a crystal. And so I'm going to place those. I set intentions for health of the chakra, as well as for health of, not just health of the chakra physically, but, you know, as far as emotionally and everything that the chakra stands for, I set an intention to keep each chakra healthy and clear. Okay, and then on this side, first I'm going to place this clear quartz tumbled stone right over this creation on the Empress card made of butterflies, which are very transformative. So this is kind of helping me to transform and giving me clarity on what I need to transform. All right, and then over here we have these other crystals. The moonstone is going to go up here. I have an infinite healer stone, and I have a pyrite, which is fool's gold. And then I have this jade that I'm going to place right about here. Okay, that's my crystal grid. You could have began on the outside and worked your way inward. But like I said, I felt drawn to start, or I don't know if I already said that, I'm sorry, but I did feel drawn to begin inward and then bring it out. So however you feel drawn to do it, then you should just do whatever you believe is going to be more beneficial for you and whatever feels right for you, because this, at the end of the day, is your crystal grid and you're the one who has to live with it. So, all right, now I am going to be giving this crystal grid Reiki for the next 30 days, and I'm going to be focusing on the intentions that I placed in each of these crystals. And if I have anything good to tell once this is all said and done, then I'll be sure to share that with you. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope that this was a helpful video, and I hope that if you're interested in creating a crystal grid, that this was very helpful for you watching me create one here today. So thank you so much. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and then click the bell so you can be notified for any new videos that I put out. And if you like the video, be sure to give me a like. And if you have your own crystal grid stories or instructions to share with others, please share that in the comments below. Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon. Bye.